Chapter 1 Small Shop. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Tianchen Empire is one of the four great empires in the Tianchen Continent. In the southwest of the empire, there is a place called the Fantasy Moon Magic Forest. There are all kinds of magic beasts in the Fantasy Moon Magic Forest, and there are also countless spiritual medicines that attract people to gather here, attracting countless practitioners to gather here. According to rumors, there are even many mysterious ancient ruins in it, but opportunities and dangers coexist. There are powerful magic beasts in the Fantasy Moon Magic Forest. The deeper you go, the higher the level of the magic beasts. There are even heavenly realm magic beasts in the center of the Fantasy Moon Magic Forest. In the classics of some powerful forces, it is recorded that there may be magic beasts that exceed the heavenly realm. There is a small lake called Tianbo Lake on the edge of the Fantasy Moon Magic Forest, about 30 or 40 meters away from Tianbo Lake. There is a two-story house with an ancient fragrance. There is a sign above the gate, and the plaque reads the three big characters Mamai Pai. There is a reclining chair at the door of the shop, and a young man is lying on the reclining chair. The young man closed his eyes, hummed an unknown tune, and his fingers were rhythmically tapping on the armrests. As the sun was setting, the boy slowly stood up, put away the recliner, and walked into the store. He put the recliner aside, walked to the counter, sat on the chair, and lay on the counter in a daze. This boy is Yang Feng, male, 23 years old, and grew up in an orphanage. After completing 9 years of compulsory education, he went to work in an electronics factory. The income was enough to support his life. Since he didn't have any special hobbies, he didn't go out to play after get off work and on holidays. He just stayed in the rental house to play games and read novels. On the night of the time travel, there were lightning and thunder in the sky, strong winds, and heavy rain. Well, it seems that many protagonists of time travel novels have this situation when they are about to travel. Yang Feng lay on the bed in the rental house, looking at the mobile phone in his hand. His fingers slid from time to time, and his mouth made a sound of tisk tsk, and from time to time he said some tiger and wolf words like system, invincible, dominance, and harem. The cold wind was howling outside the house, and the strong wind was hitting the windows hard. The wind was raging, and the thunder and rain were raging. At this time, a red lightning flashed down from the sky, aiming directly at Yang Feng's rental house. At this time, Yang Feng was still reading the novel with relish, and suddenly there was a sound of glass breaking, followed by a flash of light. Before Yang Feng could react, he felt a sharp pain in his body, and then he lost consciousness. When Yang Feng opened his eyes, he found himself in another world, like some time travel novels. Yang Feng also brought a system with him when he traveled through time. This system is called the Mall system, which was made by a super god when he was bored. Let the selected person open a store in another world and sell the items produced by the system. When he traveled through time, the Mall system gave Yang Feng a big gift package. Yang Feng learned from the system that this store was made by the great man with very precious materials. Except for the great man who made the system. Basically no one can destroy it. Moreover, within a radius of 100 meters around the store, Yang Feng is the invincible master, and a look can make people's souls fly away. This can ensure the safety of the store owner's life. However, it is not omnipotent. Since Yang Feng is currently immortal without any spiritual power, he cannot explore other people's thoughts and strength realm. The store is divided into 2 floors. The first floor is a sales area open to the public with an area of about 50 square meters, and the second floor is a rest area for shop owners that is not open to the public. In the sales area on the first floor, there are only counters and sales shelves behind the counter. At this time, there are 3 porcelain bottles and a rectangular wooden box on the sales shelf. The 3 porcelain bottles contain 2 kinds of elixirs, 2 bottles of rejuvenation pills and 1 bottle of recovery pills. Rejuvenation pill, common product, a pill that instantly restores non-fatal injuries. It is effective for those who take it below the level of martial spirit. The price is 20 gold coins per bottle. Recovery pill, common product, a pill that instantly restores full spiritual power. It is effective for those who take it below the level of martial spirit. The price is 20 gold coins per bottle. Generally, a bottle of ordinary pills contains 10 pills, except for special pills, and the wooden box is written with Jingtao sword technique. Jingtao sword technique. Yellow. This sword technique has 4 styles: turbid waves, violent tides, rushing thousands of miles, and all rivers returning to the source, price, gold coins, in the wooden box. There is a sword manual of Jingtao sword technique and a jade slip for passing on skills. After using the jade slip, the user can immediately reach the small success level of the martial arts. After using it, the jade slip will be destroyed by itself. This sword technique, martial arts, and elixir are all sold items from the gift bag that the system gave Yang Feng when he just crossed over. Ding, the system releases the main task: sell 1 item, reward 50 points, 10 spiritual energy points, 2 chances to draw, and open some functions of the mall system. Yang Feng, who was lying on the counter in a daze, was startled by the sudden stiffness of the system, but then Yang Feng was ecstatic. System, you finally released the task. It's been 7 days since I came here, and you just released the task. System, host, the task needs to be triggered before it can be released. Please explore it yourself. Yang Feng, it's another goddamn self-exploration. If I can find it by self-exploration, would I still ask you? System, just tell me. Please explore it yourself. The system replied indifferently, Yang Feng, baby is bitter, baby won't say it. In this strange world, as long as you are out of the invincible field, you are no different from ordinary people. Yang Feng will not foolishly go in and out to explore. Not getting what he wanted from the system, Yang Feng entered the system to check. This chapter is not over. Please click on the next page to continue reading. The system interface at this time has changed from when it first arrived. When I first came here, the system only had a storage column, but now there is an attribute column next to the storage column. Entering the attributes, you can see Yang Feng's current character attributes. Shopkeeper, Yang Feng. Realm, mortal, invincible field 100 meters. Store level, ordinary level. Points, 0. Ling Yuan, 0. Number of draws, 0 times. Task, main mission, sold an item 1/0. Side mission, none. System, what does store level mean? Yang Feng asked. Host, the higher the store level, the larger the store space, the larger the invincible field, and the higher the level of the items sold. Please explore the details by yourself. Yang Feng had black lines all over his forehead and gave the system a middle finger in his heart. Then what are points and spirit yuan? Yang Feng continued to ask. Points can be exchanged for items in the mall, and spirit yuan can be exchanged for items exclusive to the store owner. The specific host can explore it by himself. Go fuck your grandma and continue to serve her with your middle finger. At this moment, someone walked into the store. Finally someone came, and I could finally meet someone. Yang Feng looked up and saw a graceful young man wearing an exquisite gown and holding a sword in his hand. Stepping into the shop, behind the young man were 7 majestic men, each wearing tight armor and holding weapons. It should be the young master from the city who came to Huanyue Demon Forest with his guards to practice. Yang Feng guessed after seeing this formation. In the past few days, Yang Feng also learned about the world from the system. However, when it came time to learn more about it, the system asked the host to explore on his own, which made Yang Feng lose his temper at all. When Yang Feng saw someone coming, he stood up with a bright smile on his face. Welcome to our store. That the young man looked at Yang Feng and wondered, it's a shop. When I passed by here a month ago, there was no such shop. When did you open it? After saying that, he looked at Yang Feng. After seeing that there was no spiritual energy fluctuation in Yang Feng's body, the young man couldn't help but frown. Without spiritual fluctuations, he is just an ordinary mortal. This is the edge of Huanyue Demon Forest, but it is very dangerous. When would a mortal dare to open a shop here? This young man's name is Wei Shujun, the young master of the Wei family in Tianfeng City. I just came out of seclusion yesterday and came to Huanyue Demon Forest with my guards to look for someone. When I walked to Tianbo Lake, I saw a strange building next to the lake, so I came to take a look. Yang Feng smiled. This store has only been opened in the past few days. Wei Shujun looked at the empty store and said, Shopkeeper Ma, what kind of store do you open? Why don't you see anything? Sorry, my surname is Yang Mingfeng, not Ma. Our store sells items. These items are temporarily sold in our store. Yang Feng corrected Wei Shujun's title speechlessly while pointing his finger at the sales cabinet. The situation about the store name was like this. At that time, Yang Feng had just woken up and saw that he was in an empty and unfamiliar room with a confused look on his face. The system's voice suddenly rang in Yang Feng's mind. The content is to ask Yang Feng to give the store a name, but Yang Feng was frightened by the sound of the system. Ma Maipi, who is it? Who is talking? Just as Yang Feng finished speaking, the system's voice rang again. Ding, the host successfully obtained the store name Maipi and gave the host a gift package. Yang Feng. Chapter 4 I Want It All. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After Wei Xiaoting came to his senses from the shock, he stammered, Wei Cheng, are you telling the truth? Although Wei Xiaoting was convinced, he knew that his son would not joke about such things. Yes, master, it is true, master, this is the elixir sold in that small shop, and the young master wants to bring it back to show you. Wei Cheng took out the 3 bottles of elixir from his arms and looked in front of Wei Xiaoting. Wei Xiaoting took it and opened a bottle, and suddenly a scent of medicine came to his face, which made people feel refreshed. This elixir is very extraordinary just from the smell, he has never smelled such a strong smell of medicine. Wei Xiaoting poured out a pill, looked at Wei Cheng and said, Have you tried the effect of the elixir? Wei Cheng and the others shook their heads, indicating that they had not tried it. Wei Xiaoting frowned. Since you haven't tried it, why do you think it is true? Wei Cheng was stunned after hearing this. Yes, I haven't tried it myself, how can I know the effect of this pill? Thinking of this, Wei Cheng gritted his teeth, pulled out his knife and cut his hand. The knife wound was so deep that the bone was visible, and Wei Cheng's arm was bleeding like a pillar in an instant. Wei Xiaoting poured out a rejuvenation pill and threw it to Wei Cheng. Wei Cheng took it and put it in his mouth immediately. As soon as the pill entered his mouth, it immediately turned into a medicinal force and entered his body. In an instant, the wound on Wei Cheng's arm stopped bleeding and healed visibly. After 3 breaths, the wound that was deep enough to see the bone and bleed like a pillar just now has recovered as before. It is true, if this pill is really so magical, then the yellow-level martial arts must be true. Now several people are convinced of the Maipi shop. Wei Xiaoting trembled and said, Uncle Fu, go to the warehouse to get the gold coins. Uncle Fu is the housekeeper who came in, named Wei Fu. Yes, master. Uncle Fu also staggered out. The senior leaders of the Wei family sat down again, and Wei Xiaoting said solemnly, Everyone, let's talk about how to deal with this matter. There must be a big force or a strong person behind this small shop, otherwise there would not be such magical pills and high-grade martial arts. Why did this big force or strong person come to Fantasy Moon Demon Forest to open a small shop? What role does this shopkeeper Yang play in this? After Wei Xiaoting finished speaking, the entire meeting room fell silent. After 10 breaths, someone spoke up and said, Master, I think we don't care who is behind this small shop and why he came to Fantasy Moon Demon Forest to open a shop. No matter what role shopkeeper Yang plays in this, we should try our best to hold his thighs tightly, make friends with him. Yes, that strong man opened a shop, so we just go and buy it, and it's a normal transaction. There is no need to deliberately please him, otherwise he might be unhappy again. We just treat it as a normal transaction and normal communication. Everyone talked a lot, and finally decided to invite the Supreme Elder and the Master of the family Wei Xiaoting and Wei Cheng to go. Of course, Wei Cheng was just leading the way. Illusion Moon Demon Forest, Tianbo Lake. It was already dark, and the sound of insects was endless. Wei Shujun and others in the Maipi shop had returned to normal and were chatting happily with Yang Feng. Yang Feng also got a better understanding of this world from Wei Shujun and others. At this time, someone walked into the shop. Everyone looked over and saw 3 people coming, one of whom was Wei Cheng, who went back to call people. One was an old man with white hair and beard and was in high spirits, and the other was a middle-aged man who looked very similar to Wei Shujun and revealed some of the aura of a superior. They were Wei Cheng, Wei Xiaoting, and the Supreme Elder who came from the Wei family. Dad, great-grandfather, you are finally here. Juner is scared. When Wei Shujun saw the people coming, he could finally let go of the worry in his heart. Juner, don't panic, we are not here yet. The Supreme Elder of the Wei family patted Wei Shujun on the shoulder. After comforting Wei Shujun, the Grand Elder looked at Yang Feng, who was looking at them with a smile on his face. I, Wei Batian, the Grand Elder of the Wei family, meet shopkeeper Yang. Wei Batian bowed. He also could not sense any spiritual power on Yang Feng. He had the same idea as Wei Shijun, that this person either practiced a technique to hide spiritual power or his realm was at least one realm higher than his. Old man, you are too polite. I guess you are here to buy martial arts. Yang Feng nodded. He took the wooden box from the shelf and put it on the counter. Opening the lid, Wei Batian and Wei Xiaoting could not wait to stick their heads over and stare at the booklet that was emitting yellow light. The booklet was written with the words Jingtao sword technique in a flamboyant style. It is yellow level sword technique. Although he already knew it, he was still excited to see the two of them in person. Wei Xiaoting took out a bag, put it on the counter and said to Yang Feng, shopkeeper Yang, these are gold coins. Yang Feng knew there was something called a storage bag, but it was the first time he saw it. He waved his hand and took away the gold coins in the storage bag, which was exactly 100, strong, super strong. This shopkeeper Yang is a super strong, can take things out of other people's storage bags through the air. Even the king of martial arts doesn't have that ability. This shopkeeper Yang is actually a super strong man above the king of martial arts. Can't get excited, can't make the senior unhappy. The realm levels of warriors in Tianchen Continent are, martial apprentice, martial master, martial spirit, martial master, martial king, martial emperor, and martial emperor. Each major realm is divided into 1 to 9 minor realms. Wei Xiaoting picked up the box and held it tightly, as if he was afraid that someone would take it away. Thank you, shopkeeper Yang. I wonder if shopkeeper Yang has any other items. That this chapter is not over yet. Please click the next page to continue reading. Since you are here, if there are other items, you should buy them together. No need to thank me. I will provide the items and you will provide the money. We will trade equally. There are currently 4 kinds of elixirs: rejuvenation pill, chi recovery pill, chi gathering pill, and chi violence pill. Yang Feng smiled and shook his head, while introducing the new elixirs. Although Yang Feng looked calm, he was very excited inside. Looking at Wei Xiaoting, the big fat sheep, he had a great chance to complete the task today. Buy all. Shopkeeper Yang, we want all of them. Wei Xiaoting said excitedly. First, he could establish a good relationship with this strong man, and second, the effects of these elixirs were unheard of. It's done. Yang Feng was secretly happy, and said to the fat sheep, no, the head of the Wei family, Wei Xiaoting, that's all for today. If the head of the Wei family wants more, please come and buy it tomorrow. Sure. Wei Xiaoting took out 1,600 gold coins and put them on the counter, with a smile on his face, like a chrysanthemum. Putting away the gold coins, Yang Feng put the pills on the counter. Wei Xiaoting put away the pills and said to Yang Feng, I won't disturb the shopkeeper Yang to rest, I'll take my leave now. After that, he took people out and rushed back to the Wei family. When Yang Feng put away the gold coins, the system voice sounded in his mind, ding, the host has completed the main task of the system, and the reward has been issued. Just when Yang Feng was about to walk out of the counter and close the store, the system voice sounded again. Ding, start the side quest. Ding, the system releases the main quest, sell 7 kinds of goods 7/0, reward 50 points, 10 spiritual energy points, and draw once. Ding, the side quest is released, sell 3 different kinds of goods, reward 1 draw, and open the store product function. After a moment of hesitation, Yang Feng walked out of the counter, closed the door, and turned to the second floor. After going up to the second floor, coming to the room, and lying on the bed, Yang Feng entered the system. Chapter 5, Continuous Drawing. You are listening at novelfull.audio. System, this store mainly draws prizes. After entering the system, Yang Feng immediately asked the system to start the draw. The turntable slowly appeared. When Yang Feng was about to turn the turntable, the system voice suddenly sounded, Host, do you want to do a 3-draw? 3-draw. 3 draws at a time. Yang Feng became interested. Yes, this way there is a chance to draw high-level products. The system replied. System, will there be 5 draw or 10 draw in the future? Yes, host, the number of draws will increase as the number of draws increases. Currently there are 3 draw, 5 draw, and 10 draw. The method of continuous draw is different from that of single draw. The continuous draw will be completed at one time within the range of products that can be drawn. The system introduced some differences between continuous draw and single draw to Yang Feng. Search Dean, it's similar to some online games. Come to the system, give this shop owner a 3 draw. The turntable spun rapidly. Yang Feng put his hands together, and muttered, Sanqing, Jade Emperor, Tathagata Buddha, Jesus, Allah. After muttering a lot of gods and Buddhas, he shouted, stop for me. The turntable slowly stopped, and Yang Feng stared at the turntable with eyes wide open. When the turntable stopped and displayed 3 kinds of goods, Yang Feng was ecstatic. This shop owner is about to take off. It's actually 3 new products, ha ha ha. 3 kinds of goods were displayed on the turntable: tempering pills times 10, breaking spirit pills times 1, long sword x1. Yang Feng put the goods into the storage column and checked the information of the 3 items. Tempering pills, ordinary, increase the physical strength of the warrior and speed up the physical training of the warrior. Breaking spirit pills, genuine. After taking it, the martial spirit will break through the martial sect 100%. Long sword, ordinary weapon made of black iron, a very good weapon. Yang Feng was very satisfied with the goods he drew this time. After entering the sales mall to replenish the 4 kinds of elixirs, he closed his eyes happily. Tianfeng City, Wei family. As soon as Wei Xiaoting and others walked into the gate of the Wei family, several elders and stewards surrounded them. Wei Xiaoting waved his hand and said, let's talk about it in the meeting room. Wei Cheng, summon all guards to patrol outside the hall. No one is allowed to enter the meeting room without my order. Uncle Fu, go to the city lord's mansion and let my adoptive father and elder brother come over. Wei Xiaoting arranged things while walking. Tianfeng City, city lord's mansion. City lord Zhao Shifang was handling some affairs in the office. In 10 days, the young patriarch of the Fan family in the imperial city, who had just come of age, would come to the fantasy moon demon forest for training. The Fan family is a family in the imperial city, much more powerful than his little noble. In Tianchen Continent, the sects and noble families control most of the resources of this continent, and the hierarchy is strict. The sects are ranked from high to low, Tianzong, Xuanzong, and sections. The noble families are ranked from high to low, wealthy families, aristocratic families, and nobles. The Tianchen Empire is one of the forces of the wealthy Qin family. There are many nobles in the Tianchen Empire, and there are only 10 aristocratic families. The strength of the Fan family ranks in the middle among these 10 families, which shows how much Zhao Shifang attaches importance to this matter. At this time, a personal guard came in to report, Sir, the steward of the Wei mansion came to report an urgent matter. Please come in quickly. Zhao Shifang stood up and turned around to order. If there was no urgent matter, the Wei mansion would not have asked the steward to run so late. Wei Fu came in and bowed to Zhao Shifang. Lord City Lord, the master asks the old city lord and you to go there immediately, and don't make a sound. Outside the meeting room of Wei mansion, the guards patrolled back and forth. In the meeting room, the lights were bright, and Wei Xiaoting paced back and forth. The elders and stewards below were whispering to each other. Only the grand elder was sitting there drinking tea calmly, but his hand holding the tea was shaking constantly. At this time, 2 people came to the meeting room. The leader was an old man and the other was the city lord Zhao Shifang. Seeing the 2 people coming, Wei Xiaoting walked quickly to the door and bowed respectfully, saying, Adoptive father, big brother, please come in. The Zhao and Wei families have been friends for generations. When Zhao Shifang and Wei Xiaoting were young, they became sworn brothers with a woman during their training. Later, the then city lord Zhao Songming even accepted Wei Xiaoting as his adopted son. Xiaoting, what's so urgent that you have to come here to discuss it overnight? Zhao Songming walked into the meeting room and asked. Seeing that the grand elder Wei Batian was also here, Zhao Shifang and Zhao Songming hurried over. Songming greets Uncle Tian. Shifang greets Grandpa Tian. Wei Batian waved his hand. No need to be so polite, sit down quickly. Wei Fu, close the door. Zhao Songming and Zhao Shifang saw that the situation must be complicated. Everyone sat down, and Wei Xiaoting explained the situation to everyone first. The elders of the Wei family and Zhao Songming and Zhao Shifang were shocked. Although the elders of the Wei family knew the situation before, they were shocked after Wei Xiaoting confirmed it. Wei Xiaoting first took out the pills and put them on the table to introduce the names and effects of the pills to everyone. Everyone sighed after listening. These pills were unheard of. Pick up a bottle of violent pill, porcelain bottle, and open it, and a medicinal fragrance spread. Who of you is willing to try the effect of this violent pill? Wei Xiaoting said to the elders and the steward, they are all below the martial spirit, and low-level pills are only effective for those below the martial spirit. Wei Xiaoting is at the second level of Wuling, Zhao Shifang is at the second level of Wuling, Zhao Songming is at the sixth level of Wuling, and Wei Batian is the top master of Tianfeng City at the ninth level of Wuling, just one step away from entering the Wuzong. Let me try. A manager came out and said, his name is Wei Xiaoyun, he is Wei Xiaoting's cousin, the second manager of Wei's business, and a fifth-level martial artist. Wei Xiaoyun took the violent qi pill and took it without thinking. The elixir melts instantly in the mouth. After 2 breaths, the medicine's power explodes. Wei Xiaoyun is instantly promoted from the 5th level of martial arts to the 8th level of martial arts. After 100 breaths, the medicine's power expires and he returns to the 5th level of martial arts. Xiaoyun, do you feel unwell? Wei Xiaoting asked hurriedly. Master, I don't feel any discomfort at all. Wei Xiaoyun felt his body and shook his head before replying. This is the effect of the violent qi pill. It is exactly the same as what shopkeeper Yang introduced. The effects of other pills are also the same as those introduced. Wei Xiaoting said as he put down the porcelain bottle and took out the wooden box containing martial arts from the storage bag. Everyone stared intently at the wooden box Wei Xiaoting took out. Knowing what was inside, Wei Xiaoting placed the wooden box on the table, and everyone stood up and approached the wooden box in unison. Wei Xiaoting opened the lid of the wooden box, and everyone saw a yellow gleaming booklet and a jade slip. Everyone also learned about the role of jade slips from Wei Xiaoting. Wei Batian came over and said to Wei Xiaoting, you are the head of the family, you can use these jade slips, and we will allocate the rest together. Wei Xiaoting shook his head, Grandpa, you better use it. You are the strongest here. No, I won't live much longer. It's a complete waste to use it on me. Wei Batian shook his head, his tone revealing loneliness. Wei Batian was also a well-known young genius when he was young, and he entered the realm of martial arts at a young age. When he was at the peak of the 9th level of the martial spirit realm, he entered the depths of the Phantom Moon Forest to look for opportunities for breakthrough. However, he was unlucky and encountered a human-level monster. Although he managed to escape, he was seriously injured. Although he recovered from his injuries, he had no hope of breaking through the Wuzong in his lifetime. Grandpa, you all say that there is a big force behind that small shop, and there is a super strong person. There must be some elixirs that will allow you to break through to Wuzong. Shopkeeper Yang also said that there will be more advanced elixirs for sale in the future. At this time, Wei Shujun's voice rang in the hall. Chapter 6 Wuzong. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When Wei Batian heard Wei Shujun's words, his eyes flashed with light, and the lonely look on his face disappeared. Grandpa, Junior is right, you still have to use this jade slip. First of all, there is still a limit to how much strength we can use to increase our strength. But if you use it, it will be different. With Xiaocheng's yellow-level martial arts, you have a chance to compete with those who have just broken through the martial arts. Secondly, since shopkeeper Yang sells elixirs with such miraculous effects, there must be elixirs that can allow you to break through to Wuzong. After Wei Xiaoting finished speaking, he put the jade slip in his hand into Wei Batian's hand. Yes, shopkeeper Yang must have pills that can improve your realm. Wei Batian thought of this and held the jade slip tightly. Grandpa, let us see what Xiaocheng's Huang-level martial arts looks like when you use it now. Wei Shujun said excitedly, and everyone agreed. Okay, I also want to know the power of Huang-level martial arts. After saying that, he followed the method taught by Yang Feng and put his mind into the jade slip. After Wei Batian's mind entered the jade slip, he found that he was in an inexplicable space, there was boundless darkness all around, and there was a man whose appearance was unclear and holding a sword in his hand. The man seemed to know that someone had entered this space, so he drew his sword and practiced his sword skills. The Jingtao sword technique only consisted of 4 moves, and they disappeared in a blink of an eye. After the man finished practicing, he turned into a point of light and entered Wei Batian's mind. After half a stick of incense, Wei Batian slowly opened his eyes, looked at the jade slip that turned into powder, smiled and said, "It is indeed a high-level martial arts, it is indeed extremely powerful." "Grandpa, how is it, how is the power?" Wei Shujun said excitedly. I am not afraid of first-level martial arts masters without first-level martial arts. It is too late now. I will show you at the training ground tomorrow. Wei Batian said with a red face. Everyone was excited and sighed, looking forward to the follow-up discussion of the following matters. At this time, Tianfeng City was slightly exposed, and the clouds gathered on the horizon like a market, as if soaked in blood, showing a faint red color. Everyone in the Wei family meeting hall also ended their discussion on the distribution of items in the Mamepi shop and a series of subsequent events. In the Wei family, Wei Batian was practicing the Jingtao sword technique on the martial arts training ground. The yellow sword energy around his body was like a turbulent wave, continuous and uninterrupted, and the power was chilling. Tianbo Lake, sleeping until you wake up naturally, counting money until your hands cramp. This is the dream of most people, and Yang Feng is no exception. No, it was already 3 poles in the sun, and Yang Feng woke up leisurely. Yang Feng sat up from the bed and stretched. Looking at the bright sunshine outside the window, he was in a good mood. Yang Feng walked into the counter and took out the items he had picked up last night and the items he bought from the mall and placed them in the vending cabinet. When Yang Feng opened the door of the shop, he shouted in his heart and held the grass. There were many people standing outside the door, including those who bought things yesterday. I didn't expect them to come here so early today, hee. I hope to complete the mission. The people at the door of the store were Wei Xiaoting and others. After discussion, it was unanimously decided that before anyone else discovered the Mamepi store, the 2 of them pooled all their resources to purchase the items sold in the shop, then distributed according to needs. After all, in the relationship between the 2 families, both will prosper and both will suffer. Since this unknown force has opened a store here, we should get along with each other in a normal trading relationship. Don't go out of your way to make friends, for fear of causing the other party's displeasure. So today Wei Batian came with Wei Xiaoting, Wei Shujun, Zhao Songming, and Zhao Shifang. Good morning, shopkeeper Yang. I came here today and brought some friends with me. I heard that the things shopkeeper Yang has here are so amazing, so I have to come and have a look. Wei Xiaoting showed a bright smile to Yang Feng. Welcome, there are new products out today, please see if you need them. Yang Feng was secretly happy that the Wei family was pretty good and they even knew how to introduce customers. Sure enough, we just said yesterday that there will be new items in the future, and they appeared today. Who would believe that there is no big force behind it? After everyone heard Yang Feng's words, they secretly thought in their hearts. After introducing several guests, Yang Feng walked into the counter, took out a bottle of elixir and introduced it to everyone. This is an ordinary elixir, the body-tempering pill, which increases and accelerates the physical strength of warriors. The price is still 20 gold coins a bottle. After saying that, he put down the porcelain bottle, took down the bottle of mid-level elixir from the sales cabinet and introduced. This bottle is the genuine elixir-breaking spirit pill. It can give Wu Ling a 100% chance of breaking through to the Wuzong elixir. It is safe and has no side effects. Currently, there is only 1 bottle and 1 bottle of gold coins. That everyone was just surprised when they heard the body-tempering pill, but they were dumbfounded when they heard the effect of the spirit-breaking pill. There is a pill that allows Wu Ling to break through to Wuzong, but it only has a 50% chance of breaking through to Wuzong. However, this broken spirit pill actually has a 100% chance of breaking through to Wuzong. Alchemists are very rare in Tianchen Continent. They are either trained by big forces or attached to big forces. In short, they serve the big forces. The levels of alchemists are alchemist, alchemy king, and alchemy master. There is no record in any classics as to whether the alchemy god has appeared. the alchemist can refine ordinary elixirs, the alchemy king can refine real elixirs, and the alchemist can refine spiritual elixirs. Genuine elixirs are rarely traded on the market, and if they are at auctions. Small families, small nobles, and small sects will go crazy for this, and they can often be auctioned for sky-high prices, and gold coins are usually the starting price. But there is a bottle in front of me, and it is a genuine elixir that can break through to the spiritual sect. This chapter is not finished yet. Please click on the next page to continue reading the exciting content. Among the few people, Wei Batian is even more unbearable. Last night, he was still talking about the store that would release items that could help him break through. Unexpectedly, this item actually appeared today. Yang, shopkeeper Yang, this elixir that can break through to the martial sect, is it real? Wei Batian knew it was real, but he couldn't help asking. No deception. Yang Feng replied affirmatively. Buy. Shopkeeper Yang, I buy it. Wei Batian could no longer control his excitement. The opportunity to break through to the martial sect was right in front of him. He took out his storage bag and put it on the counter. The system detected that there were about 10,000 gold coins in the storage bag. Yang Feng took the gold coins away with a wave of his hand. Why did he wave his hand casually? Of course it was to show off. Isn't it like this in novels? Collect the gold coins, take down the porcelain bottle containing the broken spiritual elixir and put it on the counter. Everyone's eyes were fixed on the bottle of pills on the counter. Wei Batian excitedly stretched out his old and trembling hand and grabbed the porcelain bottle tightly, fearing that the pill would fly away. After removing the bottle stopper, a medicinal fragrance came to his nose, and Wei Batian felt that his realm had fluctuated slightly. After pouring the pill into his palm, Wei Batian had only one thought at this moment. That is, swallow it. If he swallowed it, he could become a martial master, giving the Wei family the minimum capital to look forward to the aristocratic family. In the empire, the worst aristocratic family also has a martial master of the 5th level. Wei Batian didn't think about it anymore and threw the pill into the innermost. The soul-breaking pill turned into a huge spiritual energy as soon as it entered his mouth and went to the meridians, acupoints, and bones in various parts of his body, changing his body so that his body could withstand the spiritual power of the martial master. When Wei Batian's momentum reached the peak of the martial spirit, a momentum and pressure belonging to the martial master burst out from his body. Except for Yang Feng, the others were suppressed by this pressure and could not move. Wei Batian breaks through Wuzong. Chapter 7. Because you are a waste. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yang Feng frowned as he looked at the pressure from Wei Batian. He stretched out a finger and tapped the counter lightly. Hey. Just a light tap, guess what? The pressure from Wei Batian's aura was suppressed on Wei Batian's body. Without the pressure from Wuzong's aura, everyone's pale faces improved a little, but in a flash, the eyes looking at Yang Feng changed from horror to shock and finally to awe. What a terrible strength this is. Even Wuzong can't do it by letting Wuzong's aura press on his body so easily. Could it be that shopkeeper Yang is Wuzong? Thinking of this, everyone respected Yang Feng even more. At first, they thought Yang Feng might be very strong, but they didn't think he was so strong. It seems that he is a Wuzong. This is only available to first-class forces. There are only a few Wuzongs in the Tianchen Empire. When I think that shopkeeper Yang is a Wuzong, how big is the power behind him? Everyone shuddered when they thought of this. They stopped thinking about it because it was beyond their cognition. As long as they hold on to shopkeeper Yang's thigh, no, as long as they establish a good relationship with shopkeeper Yang, are they afraid that there will be no benefits in the future? Thinking of this, the eyes looking at Yang Feng became extremely hot. Yang Feng also shuddered when he saw everyone looking at him, and really wanted to shout, "Damn, what kind of eyes are you looking at? This shopkeeper is not gay." At this time, Wei Batian stabilized the realm of Wuzong, sorted out his emotions, and bowed deeply to Yang Feng. Wei Batian thanked shopkeeper Yang for his kindness in rebirth. No need to do this is a fair trade, just take care of our business in the future. Yang Feng waved his hand and said indifferently. Although it is a trade, without shopkeeper Yang's elixir, I will never reach my current realm in this life. At this time, Wei Batian was much younger, his hair turned black, and there were no wrinkles on his face. He was completely different from when he first came. There's no need to talk about this. Do you need other items? Yang Feng thought to himself. It's better to buy something than to say thank you. What new items does shopkeeper Yang have today? Wei Shujun came out and asked at this time. This is a tempering pill, common product, which can increase the strength of the warrior's body and speed up the warrior's physical training. 20 gold coins per bottle. Yang Feng put down the pill bottle and took out a long sword. This is a common weapon long sword, made of black iron, very good, 1,000 gold coins each. After saying that, he drew out the long sword and waved it lightly, and the sword sounded everywhere. The weapons in this Tianchen continent are divided into ordinary weapons without grades, ordinary weapons with grades, spiritual weapons, and heavenly weapons. People in small forces basically use ordinary weapons without grades, for example, the Wei family in Tianfeng City, the city lord's mansion, and the Shueyue gate only have one ordinary weapon with grades, which are all used as trump cards. Even the Tianzong and the nobles do not have a weapon with grades. Ordinary soldiers, and these pills, we want as many as you have. Everyone was shocked. 1,000 gold coins can buy ordinary soldiers, it's just a bargain. The ordinary soldiers in Tianfeng City can be counted on 2 hands. 10 bottles each of chi-recovering pills, rejuvenation pills, chi-gathering pills, chi-violating pills, and body-tempering pills, and 1 long sword. Yang Feng introduced the number of goods in the store to them. Shopkeeper Yang, we want these pills and this sword. Zhao Shifang took out the storage bag and put it on the counter. Yang Feng scanned it. Wow, there are 300,000 gold coins in Zhao Shifang's storage bag, worthy of being the city lord. After taking the corresponding gold coins, Yang Feng put the items on the counter. What Yang Feng didn't know was that these 300,000 gold coins were collected by the 3 families to buy the goods sold in his store. Ding, the host has completed the system task, and the system reward has been issued. Ding, the host has completed the system branch task, and the system reward has been issued. Ding, the system has issued the main task, use 3 kinds of store items, reward 50 points, 10 points of spiritual essence, and draw once. Hearing the sound of the system in succession, Yang Feng smiled slightly. Although there are still some questions about the task in his heart, he still has to wait until these people leave to ask the system. After putting away the pills and the long sword, Zhao Shifang asked, Shopkeeper Yang, are there any martial arts, soul-breaking pills and weapons for sale? Tomorrow. Martial arts, soul-breaking pills and ordinary weapons are of great importance, and they must be treated very carefully. Yang Feng threw this question to the system. He only knew that martial arts with grades are unique and can only be obtained by drawing, but soul-breaking pills and weapons are not too sure. The system said, depending on the store level and the rarity of the goods, there will be a certain buffer period, 20 days for true-level pills and 10 days for ordinary weapons. Yang Feng relayed the words of the system. After understanding, everyone bowed to Yang Feng. Shopkeeper Yang, we will take our leave now. If you come to Tianfeng City, please let us know so that we can show our hospitality. Yang Feng said a few polite words and watched a group of people walk out of the store. After the people walked away, Yang Feng saw that the system did not release the side quests, and asked puzzledly, System, why didn't you release the side quests? At this time, the system released the main quests, but did not release the side quests. Yang Feng was a little puzzled about this. When the host triggers the side quest, it will be released. The system explained. Okay. Yang Feng nodded, not quite understanding. Yang Feng entered the system and checked the task rewards. Name change card. You can change the store name once. Normal stores can only change once. The price is 50 points. This chapter is not over yet. Please click on the next page to continue reading the exciting content. Bonsai, decorative store supplies, can improve the concentration of spiritual energy in the store. The price is 50 points. Resting tables and chairs, can be used by customers to rest. The price is 50 points. Fish tank, decorative store supplies, can improve the quality of spiritual energy in the store. The price is 80 points. Counter upgrade card, upgrade the store counter, increase the counter function. The price is 200 points, self-service vending machine, only. For store members, the price is 500 points, store space expansion primary card, use it to superimpose the original store space, expand the space by 30 square meters, the price is 1000 points. Seeing this, Yang Feng thought about his only 150 points, and shook his head with a wry smile. 3 items are needed to complete the task, and only 3 items of 50 points can be purchased. This system is calculating him to death. System, what's the matter with this only for store members? Yang Feng asked the system according to the principle of asking if he doesn't understand. You need a membership card to use the self-service vending machine. As long as the host upgrades the counter, you can have the membership function. That means I have to buy a counter upgrade card if I want to buy a self-service vending machine. Yes, host. System, you are really calculating. Yang Feng gave a thumbs up and praised the system. After using up 150 points, he bought a name change card, bonsai in tables and chairs. Yang Feng has been looking forward to this name change card for a long time. Looking at the fucking store name, Yang Feng himself can't bear to look at it. Enter the commodity sales, fill up the 5 kinds of elixirs and enter the storage column. The storage column contains the 3 items just purchased and a bottle of elixir that was originally there. This bottle of elixir is also an item in the gift package given by the system, called the Bigu pill. A Bigu pill can make people not take food for 10 days. Yang Feng has been living on this bottle of Bigu pill these days. Although the food is tasteless, it can keep me from being hungry. Yang Feng once complained to the system, he was invincible in the store, so why was he still hungry? The system replied, host, in the end, you are still a waste without any cultivation, so of course you will be hungry. This made Yang Feng's teeth itch, but he could do nothing about it. Chapter 8 Fate Comes and Goes. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Shopkeeper Yang looked at the 3 store items, the viewing bonsai, the rest table and chairs, and the name change card and didn't know how to operate them. There was no way. After all, Yang Feng was inexperienced. I don't have much culture, and I don't want to figure it out on my own. When you encounter some questions, you can only ask the system like this. System, how to operate these 3 store items. But if the system had a series of ideas, it would definitely complain about Yang Feng. To view bonsai, you only need to enter the selected style with the host's mind and take it out. The resting table and chairs can be taken out from the selected place by the host. You can use the name change card directly. Yang Feng entered to view the bonsai first and saw a cylindrical ceramic flower pot about 20 centimeters in diameter and 15 meters high. The mouth of the flower pot was shrouded in a curtain of light. Yang Feng's mind entered the light curtain, and he saw all kinds of flowers inside the light curtain. Finally, Yang Feng chose Yunju. By the way, why did Yang Feng choose Yunju? Don't ask, just ask because the author likes it. Take out the cloud bamboo bonsai and put it on the corner of the counter. It looks much more pleasing to the eye than the empty counter. The moment Yunju was placed on the counter, a little spiritual energy slowly emerged from the Yunju implant. Before long, the aura in the store will be at least 3 or 4 levels richer than outside. After placing the bonsai for viewing, Yang Feng took out the tables and chairs and placed them in a corner of the shop. The tables and chairs are all made of golden nanmu. They consist of 5 chairs with carvings of birds and animals and a table that is 1.5 meters long and 80 centimeters wide. The style is antique and very beautiful. Yang Feng held the final name change card and fell into deep thought while looking at the name change card. What should I call the store? For those who have difficulty choosing a name, it is very confusing. However, after only a few minutes, Yang Feng made his decision. Ding! The store has been successfully renamed from Ma Maipi to Yuan Lai Yuan Chu. The systematic voice came to mind in Yang Feng's mind. Yuan Lai Yuan Chu is Yang Feng's new name for the shop. In Yang Feng's view, the greatest destiny for a person is fate. Those mysterious destiny will make you meet the person you should meet at a certain stage. It will allow you to experience what you should experience at a certain stage. It will make you feel what you are feeling in your life at a certain moment. No one can escape the law of fate. When predestined relationships come, they gather, and when predestined relationships arise, they meet. When predestined relationships disappear, they disperse, and when predestined relationships disappear, people leave. Yang Feng believed that he came to this world and got the system because of fate. The people and things we know from another world will be separated when the connection is over. Fate comes and goes, just let it go. I won't change my mind in the future. This was a decision that Yang Feng was very satisfied with. Although this store is not domineering at all, Yang Feng is still very satisfied. Ding, the host has completed the main task of the system and the reward has been distributed. Ding, the system has released the main task. Purchase an exclusive product, reward 100 points, 50 spirit yuan, and draw a lottery. Yang Feng listened to the notification sound from the system, and a faint smile appeared on his lips. Fantasy Moon Demon Forest, a team of 7 people, 3 men and 4 women, was quickly heading outside the Phantom Moon Forest. Among these 7 people, Wei Cheng, the bodyguard of the Wei family, was prominently among them. A very beautiful girl asked Wei Cheng, Wei Cheng, what happened in Tianfeng City? We have to rush back just 2 days after we came out. Others also looked at Wei Cheng with doubts. Wei Cheng looked at the girl and said calmly, Miss, the head of the family has said that you will know when you go back. One of the 2 men among the 7 was Zhao Yuanhua, the guard of the city lord Zhao Shifang, and the other was Zhao Changqing, the son of the city lord Zhao Shifang. The 4 women are Wei Xiaoting's youngest daughter Wei Tingting, who was the one who spoke just now. One is Wei Tingting's cousin Wei Shi, who is the granddaughter of the great elder. The other 2 are Zhao Changqing's twin sisters Zhao Yaji and Zhao Yafeng. Wei Cheng was sent by Wei Xiaoting the night before to find these people who had gone to Huanyue Demon Forest for training. Because these people all carried tracking stones and were practicing in the periphery, it took them one night to find a few of them. The Dingzong stone was accidentally refined by a master of weapon refining in Tianchen Continent. Dingzong stone is divided into Dingzong Mother Stone and Dingzong Child Stone. When the Dingzong Parent Stone is within a certain range, the approximate location of the Dingzong Substone can be displayed. The range depends on the refiner's ability. Because the price is not very expensive, generally a slightly wealthy family will wear it for the children of the family who go out for training. Okay Tingting, you don't have to make things difficult for Wei Cheng. We will find out when we get back. Zhao Changqing, the strongest and oldest among these people, spoke. Zhao Changqing is the number 1 master among the young generation in Tianfeng City, and even some strong men from the older generation are no match for him. He has reached the 6th level of martial arts at the age of 20. He is another genius in Tianfeng City after Wei Badian. Humph, if nothing happens, see if I don't pull out daddy's beard. Zhao Changqing's twin sister Zhao Yafeng said. That's right, that's right. Zhao Yaji, the twin who looks almost the same as her, also echoed next to her. Zhao Yafeng and Zhao Yaji are only 15 years old this year and are level 7 warriors. Wei Tingting is 16 years old and a warrior at level 8. Wei Shi is a 17-year-old warrior of the 8th level. Wei Shujun, who stayed in Tianfeng City, was 20 years old and had just broken through to the 1st level of martial arts. Originally, after Wei Shujun broke through to become a martial artist, he came to Huanyue Demon Forest with his guards just to train with Zhao Changqing and others. Zhao Changqing looked at his 2 sisters and said again, if nothing happened, my father and Uncle Wei would not ask us to go back. This chapter is not over. Please click on the next page to continue reading. Judging from Wei Cheng's appearance, it must be a good thing. We'll find out when we get back. A few people speeded up their pace and rushed to Tianfeng City. It would be no problem for them to rush back to Tianfeng City before dinner at the speed of a few people. Deep in the Phantom Moon Demonic Forest, a majestic white tiger's eyes exuded a cold light, looking at the 5 monsters in front of him with evil smiles. Very good, these are the 5 elders whom the emperor has entrusted with great importance. Shi Quanli, you are so kind, you actually dare to peek at my emperor's throne. In Huanyue Demon Forest, the beast emperor, the earth-level demonic beast Netherworld White Tiger, leads each of the beast tribes. The beast emperor also has 5 elders of earth-level demonic beasts under his command. The Netherworld White Tiger is at the pinnacle of the 9th level of the Earth realm. He usually ignores affairs and only focuses on cultivation. The power in their hands is controlled by the 5 elders headed by the Great Elder, Jin Yen Demon Lion, the patriarch of the Lion clan. Once a person has power for a long time and his boss does nothing, he will have other thoughts. The same goes for Warcraft. The Beast King has ignored affairs for a long time, and the Great Elder has the final say. As time goes by, this Great Elder also wants to replace him. This opportunity was placed in front of the Great Elder Jin Yen Demon Lion not long ago. The Netherworld White Tiger suffered a backlash after failing to break through to the heavenly level. The cultivation base fell from the 9th level of the Earth Realm to the 6th level of the Earth Realm. Now, the opportunity for the Great Elder came. He himself has the strength of the 7th level of the Earth Realm, plus the 2nd Elder of the 6th level of the Earth Realm, the leader of the Leopard Clan, Red-Blooded Thunder Leopard Leiyun, the 3rd Elder of the 6th level of the Earth Realm, the leader of the Wolf Tribe, Shadow Moon Demon Wolf Xiao, the 4th Elder of the 5th level of the Earth Realm, and the leader of the Fox Clan is the 6-tailed Demon Fox Humayr, the leader of the 5th level Eagle Clan in the Earth Realm. The blue-eyed Golden Eagle Ingjun is destroyed. Their combined power was enough to overthrow the Beast King. Netherworld White Tiger. The levels of Warcraft are Beast, Ferocious Beast, Demonic Beast, Human Realm Warcraft, Mysterious Realm Warcraft, Earth Realm Warcraft, and Heaven Realm Warcraft. There is a demonic core in the body of a demonic beast starting from the Ferocious Beast. The demonic core is the place that carries the energy of the demonic beast. The monsters in each realm have different colors. The evil beasts are gray, the monster beasts are yellow, the human realm monsters are red, the mysterious realm monsters are green, the earth realm monsters are blue, and the heaven realm monsters are purple. If you commit suicide obediently, I will never offend your Tiger Clan. Otherwise, the Tiger Clan of Huanyue Demon Forest will cease to exist. The Great Elder Lion said fiercely and sinisterly. Chapter 9 Magic Pet. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Netherworld White Tiger stared at Shi Kuangli with bloodshot eyes. Aren't you afraid of being blamed by that adult? After hearing this, Shi Kuangli laughed wantonly. Have you become stupid from practicing? Have you forgotten that adult said that unless the Fantasy Moon Demon Forest is destroyed, that adult will not take action? Damn it, I didn't see the faces of these people clearly before. You wait for me, I will not be a tiger if I don't kill you. Hu roared in his heart. Shi Kuangli, is it true that you said that if I commit suicide, I will let the tiger tribe go? Hu asked with bloodshot eyes, looking at the current situation. Hu knew that he would definitely lose. It would be best if his death did not affect the tiger tribe. Of course, after I succeed to the throne, I will not kill the tiger tribe unless they seek death themselves. Shi Kuangli patted his chest and promised. Hu looked at the 5 elders coldly. He would not believe what Shi Kuangli said at all, but he had no choice. However, a glimmer flashed in Hu's eyes. Hu had a trump card in his hand, a trump card that allowed Hu to hide the truth. The strongest person in the Fantasy Moon Demon Forest, that is, the adult in Hu's mouth, he is the heavenly beast Silver Emperor Sky Falcon. Silver Emperor Sky Falcon once taught Hu a life-saving escape method, life and death escape. After the escape method is performed, the body's spiritual power will slowly disappear, and the body will slowly dissipate. It looks like the body will slowly turn into ashes after the spiritual power is completely dissipated. In fact, the real body will be randomly teleported hundreds of kilometers away, life and death in a flash. However, after the performance, the realm of the self will drop by 2 major realms, and the week period of 1 month. During this month, the self will have no spiritual power at all. The reason why Hu agreed to the other party is because of the existence of this trump card. As long as the other party does not destroy the tiger tribe all at once, he has a chance to turn the tables. I hope you can keep your promise. Hu stared at the 5 elders including Shi Kuangli. After saying that, he performed the life and death escape. When Hu's body turned into ashes in front of the 5 elders including Shi Kuangli, a burst of wanton laughter resounded through the sky. The sunset is always filled with infinite unrestrained and rough tenderness. It is spreading the bright red afterglow to the scattered Fantasy Moon Demon Forest and the rippling Tianhua Lake. Yang Feng walked out of the store and looked at the afterglow of the sunset. The warm sunlight shone on his face, giving him an indescribable sense of comfort. Hey, what is that? It looks like a cat. After stretching, Yang Feng found a cat-like monster lying not far from the store. Because he was in his invincible domain, Yang Feng was not worried about anything and walked over. Yang Feng approached and saw that it was really a cat, and a white cat with a snow-white body, but he looked very weak, with his eyes closed and his body limp. Yang Feng poked the white cat with his finger first, and seeing no reaction, he held the snow-white cat in his arms. Since you came to my territory, let me say that we are destined to be together. You will be a lucky cat in my shop in the future. Just as Yang Feng was getting ready to leave, the system's prompt sounded. Ding, the system has issued a side quest. Successfully subdued a magic pet and rewarded a bottle of magic pet elixir. Open the exclusive mall and unlock the limit on the number of sales of ordinary elixirs in the mall. Oh, this can also trigger the side quest. It seems that this cat is really destined to be with me. Yang Feng smiled as he looked at the white cat in his arms. System, how can I successfully subdue a magic pet? Back in the shop, Yang Feng asked the system. The system attribute page has been updated. Add the pet to be subdued, and the pet does not resist. Yang Feng entered the system and checked it out. There was no change in the rest, except that there was a plus sign after the number of pets. Yang Feng clicked on the plus sign and came to a new page. The figure of the little white cat was there. In the body of the white cat, there was also a line of introduction about the little white cat, the netherworld white tiger, human realm level 6, weak stage. Yang Feng looked at it and was surprised. It's actually a human realm beast, and a tiger beast. We can pet the tiger in the future. As the name suggests, the human realm beast has human thoughts and can speak human words. Yang Feng did not take advantage of the tiger's danger and took him in as a pet when he was unconscious. We still have to ask the tiger for his opinion. After all, a forced melon is not sweet, if the other party is not tactful. We will force it again. Although a forced melon is not sweet, it quenches thirst. The sky gradually darkened and night fell. Every time the ruling power changes, it is often full of blood and killing. The fantasy moon demon forest was exceptionally quiet tonight. Except for the tiger tribe, most of the other tribes had been subdued by the great elder lion Quangli early on. The tiger tribe knew that their beast king had committed suicide to protect them, and they could not let the beast king down. They calmed down, licking their wounds, waiting for the day when they would become stronger and avenge the beast king. After sleeping for an unknown period of time, Yu slowly woke up and felt that he was in a warm place. He opened his eyes and found that he was being held by a young man, and looked around. This chapter is not over yet. Please click on the next page to continue reading the exciting content. I found that this should be a human shop, and I might be saved by the owner of this shop. Hey, the concentration of spiritual energy here is almost the same as the center of the fantasy moon demon forest. Yu was very surprised to feel the concentration of spiritual energy in this shop. Such a rich spiritual energy is rare on the mainland. Yu didn't think much, and looked at the man holding him. Yang Feng, who was leaning on the chair, naturally felt that the nether white tiger had woken up. Hey, little tiger, you are awake. TSK, your tiger skin feels really good. Yang Feng said while stroking the little white tiger's forehead. Not to mention, it feels really good. The fur is really too silky, if it is made into a tiger fur coat. Yang Feng thought too much. Yu instantly exploded and roared at Yang Feng. What's wrong with you? I am a dignified netherworld white tiger of the earth realm, and the former king of the beasts of the fantasy moon demon forest. You actually called me a little tiger and rubbed my head. This is intolerable. Even a tiger cannot tolerate it. Although I am now in a weak state due to my low state, my dignity cannot be insulted. I will bite you to death. But in reality, in Yang Feng's eyes, the little white tiger in his words opened his big cute eyes, raised his head and meowed very weakly, and then nothing happened. At this time, a sound of footsteps sounded at the door of the store. A group of people entered. Walked into the store. There were 8 people in this group, led by a burly scarred face. The appearance of the people following behind was not very good. Some had sharp chins and monkey cheeks. Some had a face full of flesh, some had a black face and bare chest hair. And some had one eye. They looked like either bandits or hooligans. In a word, they were not good people. Chapter 10. Do you know Beerus? You are listening at novelfull.audio. After these people came in, they looked around the shop, and finally set their sights on Yang Feng. When they saw that Yang Feng did not have any spiritual power fluctuations, he was actually immortal without any cultivation. The scarred man who was the leader looked at Yang Feng and said, what do you sell in this shop? These people are bullies in this area, specializing in killing, robbing, raping and looting in the fantasy moon demon forest, with their full of harvest waste bags. They left the fantasy moon demon forest and went to Tianfeng city to have a good time. When passing Tianwo Lake, they accidentally discovered a new building here, so they came to take a look. Our store currently only sells elixirs. Yang Feng pointed to the sales cabinet. Oh, what kind of elixirs are those? Introduce them. Several people's eyes lit up. It turned out to be a store selling elixirs. Yang Feng told them about several kinds of elixirs and their prices. Several people were shocked to hear that the effect of this elixir was unheard of and unseen. This is simply, a precious elixir. This mortal actually took it out to sell. It's simply a waste of natural resources. At this time, someone whispered in Scarface's ear, "Boss, does this store have any background? To be able to open a store here and sell such magical elixirs must have a deep background." Scarface frowned. "Don't worry, we just looked around, and there is no one around. This shopkeeper is also a mortal ant. As long as we act quickly, who will know that it is us who did it?" After that, several people have decided to kill and rob shopkeeper. "We want all the elixirs here," Scarface said to Yang Feng with a smile. Yang Feng looked at them muttering there, and his eyes occasionally glanced at him, revealing viciousness and greed. Then he knew what they were thinking, but does Yang Feng care? The answer is definitely not. If they trade normally, then there is nothing to worry about. If they have any bad intentions, I will let them know why the flowers are so red. Really? The rule of our store is to pay first and then deliver. Yang Feng also said to them with a smile. Shopkeeper, you are joking. We don't have money. We want your pills and your life. The sharp-nosed monkey-faced man showed a cruel smile. Several people beside him also made a noise. "Yes, we want your pills and your life." "Oh, you are going to kill people and rob goods." Yang Feng knocked on the counter with his index finger and showed a harmless smile. "Smart, you are right, we are going to kill people and rob goods, but don't worry, I will kill you with one blow and let you die without pain." The sharp-nosed monkey-faced man showed a bloodthirsty light in his eyes. Yang Feng tilted his head and looked at several people, with a curve at the corner of his mouth. "Do you know Beerus?" Yang Feng said, holding the netherworld white tiger in his left hand, and slowly raised his right hand to face the few people. "What Beerus?" The few people were confused. They had never heard of such a strange name, but looking at Yang Feng's strange movements, suddenly a bad premonition came to their hearts. Destruction. But when Yang Feng said the two words, the few people felt that they were bound by something, unable to speak, and unable to move. This is not the most terrible thing. The most terrible thing is that their bodies are turning into light spots and slowly disappearing. 2 breaths later, the few people completely disappeared between heaven and earth. Yang Feng raised his head and sighed. How lonely it is to be invincible. That the netherworld white tiger held in his arms was dumbfounded. It was shocked when Yang Feng introduced the elixir, and after seeing Yang Feng take action, his eyes showed disbelief. This person is too strong. What kind of strength can do this? The nether white tiger's brain has frozen. It is very easy to kill these rookies, but in this way, even Hu Yu in his prime can't do it. Hey, this little brain axe is not scared, right? You look weak and you didn't do well before. How about you follow me in the future? Be my magic pet, be a lucky tiger in this store. I guarantee you will have great benefits. Yang Feng stroked the head of the little white tiger and said with a smile. Little brain axe, you are the little brain axe, your whole family is little brain axe. I am the nether white tiger, the former beast king of Huanyu Emosen, but even if I break through to the heaven realm, I am about the same as an ant in front of this man. This man is unfathomable, and it is possible that he has broken through to above the martial emperor. How many years have passed? But there have been no warriors above the martial emperor and magic beasts above the heaven realm on the mainland. According to his understanding, the strongest person in Tianchen Continent is the Demon Dragon King on the Demon Dragon Island. 100 years ago, he broke through to the 9th level of the heaven realm when challenging the top master at that time. He easily defeated him and became the new top master of Tianchen Continent. Since a great war 100,000 years ago, The inheritance of the Heaven Realm and the Martial Emperor has been broken. Since then, no one in Tianchen Continent has broken through to the Martial Emperor, and no magic beast has broken through to the Heaven Realm, but now there is a person who is similar to the Martial Emperor. How can he not be shocked? If he becomes his magic pet, will he have the opportunity to break through to the Heaven Realm in the future? Thinking of this, Huyu was so excited that he couldn't help himself. Revenge. Reclaim the position of the Beast King. This chapter is not over yet. Please click the next page to continue reading. Revenge, still need to be taken, the position of the Beast King. Forget it, isn't it nice to follow such a strong man? Huyu is still in the weak period, can't speak, can only weakly meow and nod to agree. Seeing the little tiger nod in agreement, Yang Feng was very happy. He finally has a companion, no longer alone in this unfamiliar place. What woman? Women will only affect the speed of my sword drawing. Oh, no. They will only affect the speed of my upgrade. Well, okay, you are really a sensible little brain axe, don't resist later. Enter the system and add the nether white tiger as a magic pet. Huyu felt a will of heaven and earth forming in his brain, asking it to recognize Yang Feng as the master. Huyu agreed without thinking. Only a fool would not agree. At the moment when Huyu recognized Yang Feng as the master, he found that his weak body recovered immediately. The realm also recovered from the 6th level of the human realm to the 9th level of the mysterious realm. The weak body slowly regained vitality. Suddenly, a momentum burst out from the body of the nether white tiger, which was more than 100 times stronger than the momentum that burst out when Wei Batian broke through. Yang Feng gently patted the body of the nether white tiger, and the amazing momentum disappeared instantly. Hey, you little brain, let me tell you, there are many benefits to following me. Master, I have a name. Huyu protested weakly. Wow, so you can talk. Yang Feng's eyes showed ecstasy. Master, human realm monsters can speak. I am now in the mysterious realm. Huyu was very surprised. It is common sense that human realm monsters can speak. His master actually didn't know. Huyu didn't dare to say this, and could only think about it in his heart. Oh, is that so? This is the first time Yang Feng understood it. When Huyu agreed to become Yang Feng's pet, the system voice sounded in Yang Feng's mind. Ding, the host has completed the side quest reward and has been issued. By the way, you said you have a name. What is your name? And why are you so miserable? Yang Feng was very interested in this. Master, my name is Huyu, and I was originally the Beast King of Huanyuan Magic Forest. Huyu roughly told Yang Feng about his situation. Well, where there are people, there are rivers and lakes, and you magic beasts are the same. Where there are magic beasts, there are rivers and lakes. After listening to Huyu's story, Yang Feng couldn't help but sigh. Master, what is the rivers and lakes? Huyu heard this word for the first time and was very curious.